everybody, welcome back to our channel From House to Homestead. If this is the first time that you are at our channel, just give you a quick little background. We bought this house about 4.5 years ago, and on 7 acres. But it was really just a bare slate of a house. It didn't have a garden in, it didn't have like fruit trees. It was really just kind of a bare bones property. So that's how we kind of derived the name for our channel, From House to Homestead, is that when we bought this place, it was a house, and we are turning it into a homestead, slowly but surely, trying to get ourselves as independent as possible, as off-grid as possible. And so that's a little background there for you. If this is the first time, we have a dog, and she has determined that she wants to go outside. Well, she did a minute ago. But now she's changed her mind. I think she might actually be a cat, or she was a cat in her former life, because
Lulu,
she changes her
go
mind.
outside?
You want to go outside? You go out there. You want to go out there in the rain?
It's raining at the moment.
Yes, I do believe that summer is over, and it's been cooler temperatures and now raining again. So
You can just close the screen.
Okay, apparently she didn't want to go out. She just wanted more air. So this leads me to today's project. So some time ago, I bought a central vac system, having determined that I go through a lot of regular vacuums and I have a really hard time finding a vacuum that I like. So a friend suggested looking into central vac, and so I did, and I determined that was probably going to be the way to go. We haven't installed it. It turned out to be a much more complicated install than what I thought it would be. And so it has taken a lot of discussion and a lot of planning and a lot of measuring. We are finally to the point where we feel like we're ready to tackle it. I'm going to preface this to say this is not a beginner project. So we're going to vlog this project for you, but just know that if you are a DIYer with a lot of experience, you could also probably do the project. If you are not an experienced DIYer, I would not attempt this project. With that being said, let's show you what we have done so far. So we determined that we're going to put the canister here in the closet. It's going to go here. And then from here, we need to run pipe that's going to go down underneath the house, as well as come up here. And this is going to come out, and eventually it will end up in here. This is the intake for the vacuum. So all pipes need to lead to here. And as we were working our way, we realized, okay, we needed an outlet in here to be able to plug in the canister. So we added that electrical. And then we also needed other access. So more and more drywall is getting removed as we get further along into the project, which is fine. We have lots of experience fixing drywall and replacing drywall. So it's work, but it's not undoable. So if I bring around to this side, this is what it looks from this side. So we're going to be going down, and then we're going to be going under the house that way. And we've determined all the spots that we would like to put the ports for the vac. At this point, we've done all the measuring, all the planning, all of the discussing. Not to say that there's not going to be more, but we have determined that we are going to be having to remove a lot of drywall. So this is maybe if you have professional installers that are used to doing it as a remodel project rather than new construction, it might be a little bit different. They may not have to remove all the drywall to get it in, but this is going to be the best way for us to do it. So let's go on to the next spot. Okay, so this is so we're gonna be putting in a total of 3 ports. Downstairs is gonna have 2 ports. Upstairs is gonna have 1 port. The upstairs, for whatever reason, we can put one port and it will reach the entire upstairs, but down here, for whatever reason, one port will not reach the entire downstairs, so we had to do two. All right, so originally we were going to try to put the port in this wall because we built this wall and we know what's in this wall, but in correlation to how the walls and the flooring and everything is upstairs, we have determined that we in fact need to put it in this wall, which is fine. It's not really that big of a deal either way. It just needs to be in this general area somewhere. So this wall is going to be the wall. So we're going to be taking down this, probably this entire piece of drywall, because we need to have access up and we need to have access down in this entire wall. This was an existing wall in the house. There actually used to be a door here. There used to be a stairwell here, and we took out initially. I believe there's pictures posted. We did that project before we started doing any vlogging. So before we even created our channel, actually. So I believe there's pictures posted, like a collage in one of our first videos, kind of detailing that project a little bit or showing that project. So we filled in this door. So we kind of know what's behind this wall, but there's a mess of electrical here and a mess of electrical over here that we're going to try to kind of stay away from. And it should be interesting, but this was one of the very first walls that I did in this house, and I wasn't really ever happy with the way it turned out. So I'm actually kind of excited that I get to redo this wall. So anyway, so we're gonna have to take off all the trim, take off all this stuff, all the trim, get rid of this drywall, and then we're gonna be going upstairs and basically doing the same thing with the a coordinating wall that's up here that we're gonna be able to work in. All right, so we're upstairs. This is part of the original part of the house, and it was built in the early 80s, and for whatever reason they felt like heavy, thick, gnarly, rough texture was the way to go on all the walls. So all the walls up here are this just horrible texture. This happily is the wall that we're going to be taking the drywall down. This wall coordinates, so we've got an intersection between the wall downstairs and this wall up here, and this is in this wall. So we're going to take the drywall off of this wall, and we'll be able to drill down, hopefully, if we did our measurements correctly, and see, and hopefully we'll pop out downstairs where we think we're going to pop out when we drill in through the floor to downstairs. So so yeah, again, we're going to be taking off all the trim and all the outlet covers and all that good stuff, and getting this drywall out of here. And then not only will we be able to do the other project, but then we'll be able to get rid of this ugly wall too.
I know, nice.
I know, so excited. So, okay. So I think enough talking at this point, and now it's just going to be
Demo.
What's
your favorite tool?
Sledgehammer. It's
You
probably
wanna use-
not going to need a sledgehammer. This drywall is probably nailed in. We know for a fact the drywall downstairs is screwed in because we did it.
Right.
So so that's going to be, it's just going to be destruction of drywall. We're going to have to totally replace everything, but you know, that's relatively easy.
Yeah.
So no big deal. But yeah, let's rip off some drywall. got all the trim off, and we thought we would take a second and show you guys the original paint color that somebody had painted this back in the 80s.
That's a lovely shade of orange.
Yes.
It's like puke.
It's pretty bad. So
they painted over it with this cream color.
Yeah, they painted over it with, I mean, you can see kind of the orange is peeking through here. So they painted it over with this, I'm assuming was this supposed to be a beige, which just yellowed over time. So then there was just this horrible kind of a puke beige color. And which then wall. And then obviously we covered it over with nice bright white. So, which we're going to get to do it all again. Yay!
Hey, the texture will be a lot better this time.
Yes, it will.
This was our very first experience with texturing a wall.
Well, not our very first, but
it was pretty much
with
our
this
first
type of texture. Our previous house we did, but it was the orange peel, and so it hid a lot of mistakes and stuff. So this was the first wall where it's kind of relatively smooth, and so I didn't really know what was what, but now I know. Yes,
and now our texturing skills are much better.
Yes.
So this is,
and then this is,
you can't see texture on these videos very well, but the fact that you can't see it means that it's good texture.
Yes, and smooth and everything. So, all right, rip and tear. This and
so I'm gonna go grab you want to pull out any of the nails you can find?
Yeah, it does better with I do better with a vice grip.
Well, not with those nails.
Yeah, with these nails. I pulled the nail.
Well, fine. Just start on the drywall without me.
And the whole thing
just pull it off.
Came.
What's the matter?
I need gloves. That's what's what matter.
I'm just gonna go straight up from here.
Okay.
Safety glasses. Guess no safety glasses. I'll just squint.
There are some.
Not in the house.
we're really hoping that when we drill from downstairs or from upstairs, we come down there. So let's, I guess, go upstairs and
Take
remove
apart
that.
some drywall.
Yep, move that drywall and see where we're at.
We can probably turn on the power for here.
Do we need to?
Well, we need to kill the power for upstairs. So
Okay.
if you want to go upstairs and stand in the hallway while I flip breakers, and then you can yell when I got it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so we're back after a little lunch break, and we're gonna take this drywall down and then drill a hole and see what we got.
We've got the power off, so we've got lights trying to illuminate the area, but if it's a little dark, I apologize. We just don't have very many lights.
Yeah, well, it's a very dark house.
Yeah. So that needs to come off.
Yeah. Steel.
When you really dig into the nuts and bolts of the construction of this place, it's very
Wackadoodle.
wackadoodle.
Maybe we can swap out the outlet on that too. I'm gonna maybe incorporate another project that we want to do with this wall. Got it. Oh, it's L-shaped. And they
I know, I gotta
nailed it in from the bottom and the front. Oh, maybe just the front.
Get ready to catch it.
I got it. Okay.
So when we get these off, lay them, what?
We're not putting them back up.
We're not?
I don't think so. Like, why? We can take the drywall all the way to the ceiling. What's the point of those?
Okay.
Let's just leave them off.
Okay, then never mind.
So, I mean, nice organizational thought, but yeah, there's.
Wow, that bounced right around your leg.
It did. Oh, we're gonna need a vice grips. God, we even use this flathead.
This is from the 80s.
They had Phillips head back in the 80s.
Will you go grab my tester, please?
That's supposed to be dead.
I know.
Well,
So what's weird?
you know what? I wonder if these are getting power from
Yeah,
down there.
but
Down.
what's weird is this light gets its power and it's still showing it's on. But no, I mean like there's no power going to the light in the hallway.
Yeah.
So the power to the light is off, but there's still power in there. So, quick break while we go figure out our power issues.
Yes, which this house is full of power issues. Okay.
Recommence.
All right.
Ripping off drywall.
All right. Woo. All right. Somebody missed wherever they were aiming for.
Yeah.
Let me I'll grab the
The thing
grab the
is,
camera.
we might look down and see where these are coming down and be able to pinpoint where in the wall.
So apparently somebody couldn't hit their mark. So I guess we have a starting point.
Yeah. Well, we'll
So
see where those two wires come down. Now that we know what we're looking for, we can see where those two come straight down and get an idea. We'll also measure from, so we measured from the front wall of the house.
Mm-hmm.
And we measured this way, and we know exactly where that wall is from the front wall. Should be 149 and a half or 150 inches, right around there. So we can measure against the wall, measure to 150 inches, and get pretty dang close. But we can also go down and see if these are coming down right in the wall where we think we are. I think this is the one that is disconnected down there.
Oh.
So we may also be able to pull that up, but we can see.
Okay.
So
Well. All right. Well, so to the downstairs.
to the downstairs.
To the downstairs.
Into. So that one goes through the wall into the stub wall over here for the master closet.
Ah.
So it comes down master closet.
Okay.
Which leads me to believe that the master closet.
Well, what about these two? You think? I mean, the way
Well,
those
they
two
also come from the master closet stub wall.
do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
We missed a spot.
Oh, whoops. Well, we didn't vacuum.
That's
we
true.
only swept. Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
if what I'm thinking of is correct, that wall upstairs is directly over that beam.
Okay. Then where do those wires go?
They come down like right here.
Excuse me. I sneeze.
Bless you.
Thank you.
They come down in here, come down in the wall, and then come out.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm gonna need to think about this for a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so after much deliberating, this entire wall sits on a beam that runs under it. That beam supports the second floor. I don't really want to put a 2-inch wide hole through that beam. The only way to get down into that wall is to come out a little ways out from the wall and then go down on the other side of the beam, like right here. Casey was talking, maybe we could just have an exposed pipe or build a little box around it. And I got to thinking that why don't we just bring this entire wall, make it a double thickness wall. It'll be about 8 inches wide. Maybe like right now it's, I mean, with the trim and everything, it's a 2x4 wall. So basically make it another 2x4 wall. And run the 2x4 wall back to where we're going to be having a door put in for this closet. And we have enough room to bring that wall out. So basically from here back to the door, it'll just be an extra wide wall. And then it'll stop at the door frame, and we'll frame in the door and get the door all put in all at the same time. So I think that's going to wrap up what we're going to get done today. But our next steps are going to be to move all this stuff, obviously. Take off this trim on this side, pull the drywall down, and we will work on the framing to bring out the wall. Have to cut away the carpet. Like there's a lot involved in getting this ready. Are you looking at my feet?
I've got all of you in the frame.
Okay.
From head to toe. So as you gesture at the floor or you gesture back, all of you is there.
I keep looking over at the camera, and the camera just keeps getting pointed a little lower and lower and lower.
No,
I feel like
you're
I need to do this.
nope, you're all there.
So anyway, we will get all this stuff moved. we'll start on demo for this in the next video. And
Yeah, this is not a load bearing wall.
no,
And
this,
so this is not, I mean, this is just,
but even
you
so, we're
know,
not taking out the wall, we're
no,
adding more to
we're
it. So if it
adding,
was
yeah,
a load bearing wall, that'd be fine. We're
yeah,
just creating more of a load for it to carry.
I guess, yeah.
So
So
yeah, so we'll have to redo all the electrical and bring it out.
which we had some stuff we wanted to kind of fix with that anyway. So
Yeah.
I think it'll be a good time. We want to put a light in that closet, and that'll need a switch to go with it.
Yep.
And then we've got two switches, this switch and a switch back over here that we want to swap
Yeah,
their
switch.
control. So
So
this switch here
controls our attic lights,
controls the attic, which isn't
which
on because the
aren't
power's
on.
still out.
And then this switch controls the lights for the library itself.
Yes, and so it's really awkward to go all the way into the room to turn on the light for the room.
Right.
Instead, so we're gonna swap those, and so this is
good. So we'll be taking out all this drywall trim, all this drywall and trim, and redoing this whole thing.
We'll just redo it all.
Yeah.
It'll just be easier to just do it.
So we could try to sand this texture down, but the amount of work it takes to sand down the texture.
I don't know if I give them a good nice, see, isn't that just nice? Could you imagine trying to sand that down? And it is sharp, like it's got points and stuff on it. It's nasty.
So we'll just pull the drywall. It'll be 2 or 3 extra sheets of drywall, and then we'll just slap new drywall up and really make this nice. So unfortunately, that puts kind of a hold on our, not this part, but this part puts kind of a hold on getting the
central vac
hooked up. But it won't take us very long to do this. We'll get all this done in the next video and be able to drill a hole and everything. So
okay,
we'll be good. But thanks for watching, guys. We'll be back in the next video, and hopefully it won't be too long from now before we get this project fully done. Thanks for watching. Please